somewhere Chief Justice, you know, are suspending now. Akakakra in the middle of investigations. Akakakra, I be pamono. One will somewhere waba public to come and
fire.
Court public sentiments. She would not get it. She's here to court public sympathies. She would not get it.
Now, a contempt.
Yes, it's a contempt of the committee's sittings because it's supposed to be in camera and nothing is supposed to be.
Yes,
the DPR Bontimba. Now, no, as you, the person who is being reviewed, who are here, that's who are Pia Babonti, who see Nimra. All the Makatero say, on only the no Kayano. The law is the law, no. Not too many crano.
Yes. And now there are 2 minutes for this.
And I make sure say, if the law is the law, who are Ukita law now protecting law? You also must be checked. So one says, see, I know. Then they said the law is the law because it ended with her. But now it is beyond her. The law is the law is the law. See, I know and
she's not better than those.
I'm saying that the principles law the buy no. Tunasi. Because to me, just time tells a story. Mugabe, America cry to me ya you what TV so na on John Mahama Kasawa baby. Na shenenim send you see. Yes, look at her memes that she expressed on national television. Yes. Yesterday, I tried to see her face. How she's troubled. Shenenim, the nima to use a seminal. Electrify no. The law is an electricity.
The law is what?
It's an electricity.
More fire.
What do you say? One can you
more fire?
Protected Clovia. A bit shocking.
My you come.
And I'm shocking no. What do you say? Obi. You prefer you go see law. What's it 38 years? The law is the law. The law is the law. The law is the law. More fire. Third one actually.
Yes.
1 year. 1 year. Or maybe JM.
Any baby no. The time is so.
When na. When you marking court at 2 o'clock. By 5 no I am panel. We only 12 and by 2. No I am panel.
Yes. 1 year. Anyway.
Time tells a story. I'm saying time tells a story. She should show me why. You now need a press conference to do what? In the middle of your investigation.
What are they saying for?
I don't know.
And who should listen to?
No, maybe the 3.8%. That's addressing. Nobody will listen to me. The law is the law is the law. Third one, third participant.
First half.
And
we
want to hear the voices of reason. They must rise above her discord and then speak up. Because she wants to steal the law because she's in trouble and she has lost it. And no one
is above them.
Nobody is allowed. You call someone prison where who doctor no where who no. There be the law or no so. When you are someone no about Hobino, Abbas,
Gabas.
Yes, no. When who former headmaster, assistant
Dr. Chembua.
When Dr. Chembua, Amu Kita Salome. So yeah, Papa, let me referee the I'm body there. Sorry.
I was such a
MBA finance graduate. They have been to prison and back.
Dan Agbodapi.
Yes. No, a diversity implementation committee. Yesterday, they demonstrated her egoist,
and this was about out
arrogant, her
security. No,
it shouldn't be. Look at what she talks about. No, she talks about the position as Chief Justice. Me 6 feet at last. Who are there now? They call. Who are Chief Justice Organa? And I'm going to Chief Justice. It must get to you clear. Monuments are Emma Unsem. And you are not the first person as Chief Justice who has been removed. If you don't know, let me remind you. Justice AKUFO-ADDO, are you any better person? Yes. Kwame Nkrumah removed him when he failed to sentence the people who were
AKUFO-ADDO.
Yes, AKUFO-ADDO.
Social studies are now
Mugabe, I did all together.
Fantastic.
I know AKUFO-ADDO. I know the grandson who is a lawyer, competent lawyer.
It was a Chief Justice. And yesterday, where your first time, man, you're a Chief Justice.
It cannot be true. She comes from Winneba. AKUFO-ADDO comes from Winneba. She should know
the same place.
Yes, where she comes from.
Thank you.
AKUFO-ADDO was removed.
Fantastic.
I know the grandson. I'm saying he's an effective lawyer. lawyer in town today.
More fire.
Giving many people legal services. Highly intelligent person. And look, the reason for the in-camera hearing, you are blocking it. The Article 146.2, you are in breach of the 1992 Constitution, madam. You are in breach of it. You have come to tell us the story as pertains in the in-camera hearing. We don't want to listen. The state does not want us to listen. That is why the state shelved it from us in this article. And there's a reason to it. You have broken in the team public sentence. Yes. Now, yes. In the middle of Piaba, to a young Pia, look at hatred coming from your mouth. Scott, what chairman of the committee came out of your mouth?
What a business statement.
To this Gabriel Pam, that's hatred. And one of your village, because you call them village, and you nonsense. Doesn't make sense. Times really told Bogabi, look, waste of this is a clear case of what I call a brazen orgy of a facade to cut public sentiments. What it? What I say?
Kura would dance so much.
It's so pre. Not do be because it's clutching onto straws on high oceans. Waka. Yes, you know. It's Bogabi 146 na. 146 na. Yes, that is it.
This are not so cool.
146 na.
James are so prepared.
We see 146 na.
James are boss my any appear.
Bogabi. Yesterday it was a cacophony of unreading noises coming from that Torkorrnu'S woman. Tell her that I said so. So the law is the law.
She's nobody.
Is the law.
She's nobody.
She has been caught up in
suspended.
Yes.
Quiet.
You called those times. Be quiet. That there were cacophony of noises.
Be quiet
today.
Madam, how's the folk when you must say be quiet
and don't be silly. Madam Torkorrnu, listen.
Fantastic.
The law is ahead of you.
Yes.
You rather went to learn the law. So the law is far ahead of you, and there are people who know the law better than you. You are put in your position not based on merit, but by political partisan. It's clear. You see to those people who appointed you at your press conference that the people who are running, the former attorney general is your lawyer. So everybody has seen your partisan color could not be chief justice. Indeed, you cannot pan as you have demonstrated even in recent times.
Talk about the judges.
That's Mugabe. That's what I want to tell you. I'm saying that, listen, Mugabe. Anybody who wants to clutch onto that history, it's because Japan, you're not the one who was killed. You're not. Japan was killed. FP just granting ADDO, and then Major Aqua in the army because of an involvement near to a champion's government. That's what I heard. Mugabe, as some way seeing under 15 of the PNDC law, they set up a committee quickly, especially and do a Justice Samuel Azukrab was the former Chief Justice of Ghana, made his board to oversee the trouble that had come. It was on 3rd June 1982 he was briefed. Quickly when they set up the board, investigation, people were arrested and brought before the court. Lance Corporal America and Lance Corporal Kenya, Tony Jandu and Tony Teko, and then dragged by court and tried in the competent tribunal and sentenced to death. In the middle of the trial, America ran away. You can check in 1983, June 1983 breakout from this. He managed to run away. He ran away with Johnny Jandu and Tony Teko, but they were rearrested and brought back. But America got away. So those people were sentenced, and even when they were sentenced, former President Rawlings went to Joaquim Amatekwe to hear his last words because of certain allegations that were going on around certain individuals that were close to Rawlings. I don't want to say this in, but Mugabe, when Captain Kojo Chikata was about to pass on, he made a comment on air. He made a comment in the media that assembly they are telling me very painful comment, and I still share those sympathies that somebody who knew nothing about it. So Rawlings went to where Amatekwe was to find out from him finally what the true story was. And indeed, people were indeed sent to prison. People were shot. Amatekwe was killed by firing squad. So Mugabe, assembling in SCA, the SIB sat, they had their investigations, they prosecuted, and people were executed. It's 45 years or 44 years down the line when the judges were murdered. Why would anybody at this time try to clutch onto those straws? It's because they have belonged to that school of thought for a long time. And nobody has questioned them. The family of those affected, they must question this woman. You call up AKUFO-ADDO Lodge, a horror center. AKUFO-ADDO Lodge is part of the state's hotels commission. Go and find the state hotels and catering rest house. It was part of it. And up until today, it's close to the castle. That's where we host, our big presidents who you don't need to take them to the hotel. You understand? You have a vista, big vista that you. So AKUFO-ADDO Lodge is not a trial center. Even your courts, you Madam Torkorrnu, your courts that you presided over, Ghana courts, you are terrified. You enter any court and you have a matter with somebody. You are terrified. Even your court environment, you are coming to tell us that AKUFO-ADDO Lodge is what? You are talking about your uncle. You want to deaf. And let me tell you something. I'll say it here now. Nobody. The time is now. Joachim Amatekwe, he was for Gihok. Joachim Just Samakwa was the personal manager. At the time, Gihok
give us the history.
They had gone on demonstration led by Joachim Amatekwe, and they were sacked. They ransacked Parliament of 5th June 1980, and they were all sacked. They went to them. It was you, Samakwa, who sacked. Then lo and behold, December 1981, there's a military coup. If indeed he was the one who did it, what do you think he would do to you?
Alice, I had to be your car. The
AKUFO-ADDO Lodge facility that the hearings are being conducted in featured very prominently in the planning of the murder of judges on June 30th, 1981. And this can be read about in the special investigative report on that terrible event in our nation's history. It will be recalled that there was a Major Samakwa, a military officer who was killed with the 3 High Court justices, who was the director of human resource of Gihok. He was my uncle and my guardian when I entered the University of Ghana in September 1980. I was also living with him at the time he was abducted and murdered. Was AKUFO-ADDO Lodge chosen for my inquiry to make me feel insecure? I think so. And I continue to hold the view that there is no reason why a judicial hearing is being conducted behind.
No, Alyssa, you know what? This woman is useless.
Yes.
And we shouldn't allow her to get nearer to that judiciary.
Suspended.
She's nobody.
No, not at all.
No, she's nobody.
6 feet.
But no,
does
it read at all? Who commissioned AKUFO-ADDO Lodge?
Is it not Nanado? Nanado ne refurbish or no commission here. So if it's a horror,
so and
then Nanado ne do horror now. Taking alluding to the
educate her.
30th June 1982, madam. It's not 30th 1981. You're in a rush. And why do you want to clap? If your uncle was involved, are you your uncle? Are you? I'm Mugabe. Man, can't tell. You think I'm a Moses Smoke who went to pick the people up? You think they can point and they said come and pass? I'm not tricking them. They have sacked Rawlings. They have moved Rawlings from where he is. So they nationalized the state. So they did. They where they were at that position. They were coerced to follow up. I'm telling you, that is at that before he managed to run away. Just find out the High Court judge, he managed to run away. Okay, because Bukachire said, why would you leave at that time in the middle of the night when people are looking for you? You're a senior person in the society. Why should you know that now? NOPA, there are some Mukachire. Or catch any kun said no, stay behind, I'll go with then the doubt do much. Sa to stay back. Then you catch them. They catch them say 2 Rawlings ago. So they telling you, me I spoke to a military person and I want to tell that part of the law. Say lawyers now, you want to hang on. That is, you don't want to change the judiciary too. And yet, now only but the date they own him. And then 26 June. I call Franco for free. Ebe kuom them. Now that jubilated on that years ago. He drank wine or Numusa. He drank allegedly. Yes. People were shot. A Champon was shot 10 days. And then those people were free. Was brought. This is exactly. I don't know why you brought me here today. Exactly.
I'm not
part of your panel.
But did you ask me to bring the angels?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Why you are? That is why you.
Time indeed.
Sir.
I'm happy to be here today to commission the renovated AKUFO-ADDO Diplomatic Lodge, a facility that embodies the generosity, vision and patriotism of one of Ghana's finest sons, Mr. Amishadai Larson ADDO, AKUFO-ADDO, as he was popularly known. We celebrate not only the physical edifice for us of a man who dedicated his life to public service and diplomacy. His contributions to Ghana and the international community, it reminded what one individual, guided by a AKUFO-ADDO, was a trailblazer, a man who walked with humility and yet left indelible footprints. His service to the nation is a reflection of his belief that diplomacy is not just a profession, but also a calling, foster understanding, and create lasting change. And his life is an example for this. Ladies and gentlemen, this lodge is a gateway to possibilities. It has been designed to accommodate Ghanaian and foreign diplomats alike that can shape the future of Ghana and indeed of the world. Facilities and cutting-edge translation services. This is a collaboration and addressing global challenges.
Thank you. Alisa
Mugabe, Emi Madam Tokon,
in your reporter.
Yes, that's it.
Do your checks and balance. With do journalism.
Say Amishadai Larson ADDO, whose name stands on the lodge, is a public and a diplomacy that brought lasting change. The lodge has 15 presidential suites, and big rooms, what you call lounge conferences. It recently renovated place near Duwako based on to that history, and even to allegate in a law, a special investigations board under Azukrab. 10 people. America was sentenced in absentia and Michael Senya, all of them. And you see, I look and the family of these people who were murdered, they must do something again. I want to ask Kobre Japan. Why now
Mrs. Rodalen Imoro on so as I say the sovereignty was did herself no favors by holding the press conference.
Rodalen Imoro Ayana, big politician in Ghana. Hey, Alaji Imoro Ayana. Ask anybody. Yes, in the 79 elections.
Also,
I feel better that I've always advocated for more women to be, and then I'm asking, so at the end of the day, assuming that Torkorrnu is kicked out, assuming is that justice, and she decides that she wants to take up maybe a position in another international organization, because we've had other people go and do other left their offices. Who would she be expecting to give her those recommendations? Because your country has to recommend you.
Indeed.
At least it can look like there's a political agenda, getting onto the government. Would you expect the government to be able to put recommendation that you are a patriot of the country and integrity and all that? So she should be thinking And as much as she wants to her bites, she should also know that there is a tomorrow. She's still a very young woman. She can hold all forms of positions, and she will need people to vouch for her sometimes in those situations. So
fantastic one. But yeah, my man, what I'm seeing this afternoon from the angels, Jane Mason, Bossman will join them, and Apiahino will join them. Yes.
Mugabe,
one to me, who didn't know what I was.
Mugabe, 146 now.
I wanna.
I mean, your casa, Najimudo. Well, she's about 77, if I'm right. She's marrying 80. Yes, that bride is 72. Into Mami will be 77 out there. Yes, I think in the last Oba or very rich. You mentioned the name of the CPP slot. Mugabe, who justice? She must be submissive. Mugabe, the court town. It is a Muntiasemno. At any conference. That's what I'm saying. That so until the process was over and we're sentenced. What you say? I don't know the only now processing because in the middle of it's your contempt of process. Where Chief Justice, you know, are suspending now. Akakakra in the middle of investigations. Akakakra, I be pamono. One will say waba public to come and fire. Court public sentiments. She would not get it. She's here to court. She would not get it.
A contempt.
Yes, it's a contempt of the committee's sitting to be in camera and nothing supposed to be. Now, no aspect who's being reviewed. Who are you? That's where Pia Babonti who's Nimra. On some catcher say, on only the no. The law is the law. No, not too many crano.
Yes. And enough in his side, I make now say, if the law now protecting law, you also must be checked. One says, then they said the law is the law. But now it is beyond her. The law is the law. And she's not better than those.
I'm saying that the because to me, just time tells the story. On John Mahama Kasawa baby. Now she names and you see memes that she expressed on national television. To see her face, how she's troubled. She named to Musa Seminole. Final. The law is an electricity.
More fire.
One can hear more fire. Be shocking.
My come
and I show you. See law. What's it 38 years? The law is the law. The law is the law. The law is the law. Third one actually.
Yes.
1 year. 1 year. No, now or maybe JM.
Any baby no.
No.
The time so.
When na. One no marking court at 2 o'clock. By 5 no I am panel. We only 12 and by 2. I am panel.
Yes.
Time tells a story. I'm saying time tells a story. She show me eyes. You now need a press conference to do what? In the middle of your investigation.
What are they saying for?
I don't know.
And who should listen to?
No, maybe the 3.8%. That's addressing. Nobody will listen to me. Is the law. Third one, third
first half.
And
the way
we want to hear the voices of reason. They must rise above and then speak up. Because she wants to spill the law because she's in trouble and she's lost. Nobody's allowed. Yeah, cause someone prison where who doctor no. There be the law or no so when you say man no about hobino about
Gabas.
Yes, no. When former headmaster assistant Salome. So yeah, Papa, let me referee the Kwame I'm body there. Say me sorry.
I was such a
MBA finance graduate. They have been to prison and back.
Dan Agbodapi.
Yes. No, a diversity implementation. Yesterday, they demonstrated her egoist, arrogant, her
now, security in the other for one who